You are physically burning 8 hours of your life every single day for a paycheck that loses value while you sleep. But a simple 30-second daily shift in how you spend your next dollar breaks this trap before your next payday, if you catch it in time. Are you secretly trading away the best years of your life for a paycheck that barely covers your stress? Most people think wealth is measured by the size of their bank account. But what if I told you that your time is infinitely more valuable than any amount of dollars you will ever earn? Every single day, millions of people walk into jobs they dislike, trading 8 to 10 irreplaceable hours just to pay off things they do not truly need. The harsh truth is that you can always make another dollar, but you can never buy back a single wasted second. Stay with me until the end of this video, because the final scene reveals a single question that will completely change how you view every dollar you spend for the rest of your life. Let us start by looking at how the modern financial system has trained us to think about working. From the moment we step into the workforce, we are taught a simple equation. Work 1 hour, get paid a specific dollar amount. This linear relationship feels safe because it provides predictable income every 2 weeks, giving us an illusion of security. However, this model creates an invisible ceiling on your potential because your day only has 24 hours no matter how hard you grind. When your earning power is tied directly to your physical presence, your income stops the exact moment you stop moving. Meet David, a 30-year-old marketing specialist who earns $30 an hour at a fast-paced firm. On paper, David seems to be doing fine because he can afford his apartment, drive a nice sedan, and go out on weekends. But when David buys a $200 jacket, he does not see the price tag as paper currency. He sees it as nearly 7 full hours of his life sold away. Every time he pulls out his credit card, he is effectively handing over chunks of his finite lifespan to retail companies. This subtle shift in perception is the foundational step toward real financial freedom. The fundamental trap of the middle class is not a lack of effort, but rather an over-reliance on active income. Active income demands your physical presence, your active mental energy, and your undivided attention during your primary waking hours. If you take a vacation, get sick, or simply want to rest, your income stream instantly dries up to zero. This creates a psychological trap where fear keeps you locked to your desk, constantly chasing the next pay period. You become a hostage to your monthly expenses, trading away youth and health to maintain a status quo. Consider the concept of true hourly wage, which includes all the hidden time you give up for your job. When you factor in your daily commute, time spent getting ready, and hours spent unwinding from work stress, your job takes far more than 8 hours. That $60,000 annual salary suddenly looks very different when divided by 3,000 total work-related hours. You are not just selling your output, you are paying a massive hidden tax measured in personal freedom. Once you calculate your real hourly rate, you begin to realize how cheap your time has been priced. Wealthy individuals view the relationship between time and money in a completely inverted way. While the average person trades time to accumulate money, the wealthy use money to buy back their time. They focus relentlessly on creating assets that generate cash flow regardless of whether they are working or sleeping. They delegate low-value tasks so their personal hours can be dedicated to high-leverage decisions and personal growth. To them, dollars are not trophies to hoard, but tiny employees sent out to bring back more resources. Let us talk about leverage, the single mechanism that breaks the one-to-one trade of time for money. Leverage allows a single hour of your work to produce value dozens or hundreds of times over. This can come in the form of code, digital content, automated systems, or capital invested in compound growth. When you build a system once and let it run, you decouple your income potential from your physical clock. Suddenly, a 24-hour day can yield hundreds of hours worth of effective production. Compounding is often called the eighth wonder of the world, but its true power lies in time, not just interest rate percentages. Investing $100 a month starting in your early 20s yields far more than investing $500 a month in your 90s. The magic ingredient in compounding is giving your money enough calendar years to multiply upon itself exponentially. Every year you delay taking action drastically reduces the multiplying effect of your future dollars. Time is the multiplier that turns modest savings into life-changing freedom. Lifestyle creep is the silent killer of time freedom for almost every working professional. As your earnings increase, your spending naturally inflates to match your new income level, resetting your financial progress. You upgrade your car, rent a larger apartment, and buy expensive gadgets, locking yourself into a higher monthly baseline. Now, despite earning twice as much money, you are forced to work just as many hours to maintain your lifestyle. You have simply upgraded the size of your gilded cage without buying a single ounce of real freedom. To escape this cycle, you must learn to measure your net worth in time rather than pure dollar values. Instead of asking how many dollars you have saved, ask how many months you could survive if you stopped working today. If your monthly expenses are $4,000 and you have $24,000 saved, your time runway is exactly 6 months. This metric completely changes your perspective on saving, transforming money from abstract numbers into concrete months of liberty. The longer your runway, the more power you have to make choices without financial panic. Building passive income streams is the bridge that transitions you from trading time to owning time. Whether it is real estate rental returns, dividend-paying stocks, or digital assets, passive income works for you while you live your life. It takes immense effort and time upfront to create these income engines without immediate returns. However, once established, they continue to generate cash flow day after day, year after year. The initial sacrifice of your personal hours pays off by funding your future independence permanently. Buying back your time begins with small, deliberate choices in your daily life. Spending 2 hours every weekend mowing your lawn might save $50, but costs you precious personal energy. If your time is worth $30 an hour, paying someone $40 to do it creates net value for your life. That freed up time can be redirected toward learning high-value skills, spending time with family, or building assets. Valuing your time means refusing to spend it on low-value labor just to save a few dollars. The opportunity cost of every dollar you spend is not just what it buys today, but what it could become tomorrow. A $5 daily coffee habit seems harmless on the surface when viewed as pocket change. However, $5 invested daily at a standard historical market return grows into hundreds of thousands over 30 years. That daily ritual is literally costing you months of early retirement and total freedom later in life. Every dollar you spend today is a decision to trade future freedom for present convenience. Regret regarding time spent on work usually shows up late in life, when time cannot be bought at any price. Ask anyone near the end of their journey, and they will rarely say they wish they spent more hours in an office. They express regret over missed family dinners, unmade trips, and personal passions set aside for corporate climbs. Money is a renewable resource that can always be earned back through work or investment. Time is a non-renewable asset that decays every second, regardless of your status or wealth. Shifting your mindset requires moving from a consumer mentality to an owner mentality in everyday life. Consumers look at items and ask, "Can I afford the monthly payment for this item right now?" Owners look at resources and ask, "How much future freedom will purchasing this cost me?" When you adopt an owner mindset, you start collecting cash-flowing assets instead of depreciating personal possessions. You stop working for paper dollars and start making paper dollars work relentlessly for you. Designing a life rich in time requires setting clear boundaries around your work and personal life. Saying yes to extra overtime for money you do not need is saying no to your personal life. It means having the courage to pass on promotions that offer slightly higher pay in exchange for double the stress. True success is not working 80 hours a week to buy a mansion you are never home to enjoy. True success is having full control over your calendar and waking up with total ownership over your day. Financial independence is not about quitting work entirely and sitting on a beach for 40 years. It is about reaching a point where work becomes a choice rather than a financial obligation for survival. When your passive income covers your living expenses, you can choose projects based on passion rather than paychecks. You can start a business, create art, or volunteer without worrying about next month's rent. Money provides the foundation, but time freedom gives you the canvas to build a meaningful life. Start auditing your daily habits today to identify where your time and money are being wasted needlessly. Track every single dollar you spend for 30 days and convert those prices into hours worked. Look at your daily schedule and highlight hours spent on mindless scrolling or activities that add no real value. You will quickly discover hours of wasted time and hundreds of dollars that could fuel your freedom fund. The path to time sovereignty does not require luck. It requires intentional, disciplined choices every day. Remember that the ultimate goal of building wealth is not status, clout, or endless luxury goods. The ultimate luxury is waking up in the morning and asking yourself, what do I want to do today? It is the power to be present for life's small moments without a clock constantly ticking down. Money can buy comfort, security, and prestige, but only time management can purchase actual human freedom. Protect your hours with the same intensity that you protect your bank account from thieves. Now, here is the ultimate question I promised you at the beginning of this video. If you carried a price tag around your neck that showed the exact dollar value of your remaining life hours, would you still spend today the way you just did? Every purchase and every working hour is an explicit trade of your remaining time on Earth. Are you buying assets that will eventually give you your life back, or paying for distractions that keep you trapped? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, subscribe for more content on wealth building, and start taking control of your time today.